Hello, it's the Messy Michigan Crafter again. Thought I'd come back on and give you some ideas of what I have done in the past. Um, I've done some oddball things, some stuff I've learned and just kind of went off my own and just did some things. This one's probably about a year and a half or so old. I used an old map, as you can see. I did a twist around, which, like I said, it's not one of my better. It's one of my older projects. Um, and I just opened it up like this, like a folio. So I have paper here and little things just shoved in here, old calendar pieces. My first waterfall journal, which has some pieces and parts in there. Not a lot, just trying to keep it more of a journal. I think it is kind of more guy-like, maybe. Just some things back here I tucked in, and here I messed up and glued that accidentally, so it was stuck like that. But that's one of the first kind of things I made out of a map. I just made this a couple weeks ago. It's not finished, just so you know. Just made out of several sized envelopes. Let's flip out. Just used what I had around the house type thing, envelopes and the paper. Not sure I like this red, so I was thinking about covering it, but like I said, I haven't finished it yet. So hopefully I'll get to that at some point. And it opens here, so you can put stuff inside of there. And there's that. This one is one of my daughter's favorites. It's the color. It's like a hard cover with some material on the sides. Not perfect. I actually had to redo this a couple times because I sized it wrong. But I have this real pretty paper. That was their favorite part. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures in there, and they're all, excuse me, just the different colors. I used some washi tape here and there. If I had little tears, and just covered it up, and I thought that kind of added to it. Each signature has a flowery paper, and it's just, you can lay it open flat. I think I learned this one kind of from Natasha from Treasure Books, so it's the only one I've done. But I really like it, and it was pretty easy to make once I learned how to do it, but I really like that one. Let's see. Oh, this one is one of the layered junk journals, which takes me forever. And it's my second one. I actually did sell the first one on Etsy, but I don't do so great on there, so I closed my account. So we can just do like this quick flip through. It's just little different things with pockets, and I try to put in little writing spaces and notebooks, paper clips that come off, little things that will come out, stuff like that, tags that will come out, flowers. This comes out, just a lot of tiny piece of paper, little things, more paper, just, this is one of those corner pockets right here. And here, I learned to make these, it's just an envelope, if I can find where it opens, right here, and you just paper it inside and cover it. So that's pretty neat, and they're easy to make. I did a couple of those. This is a long little kind of writing space tucked inside there in a belly band there. More just pretty things. Another corner tuck space. This is just some music paper, of course. Just some pretties tucked in there. This opens up, and this moves, and then this opens up, and there's a tag in there. Here I did some of those like old friendship bracelet things, and so I tucked that in there. Excuse me. And of course this kind of stuff. Another notepad. It should be like that. Just tucked in there for somebody to write on. A couple pretty things back there. This opens this way. This just comes out and goes back in. There's a couple things tucked back here. More pretty lace. This is just kind of plain. This is a notebook that comes out, and you can write on it. Made that with my coffee dyed paper and stuff. More paper to write on with just something cool tucked in there. This is just something that you could write a little note on. Just some pretty pages. This is some old, I found these pretty garden pictures at a thrift store that I like to go to. That's really cool. More pink paper just to write on. These are really old book pages here, and I just don't use them very often because I want to save them for special things. And that, of course, is some music paper. More little tuck spots just made out of cardboard and little things. This is a very old recipe book that I have, so I just put that in there and left it alone. Another little flower, pretty paper, another friendship bead just attached to a paper clip. And just another page. This opens up like this. We got an envelope with some pretty things. This is just something to look at, I guess. This comes out, and then you can just close it down and put your paper clip back on, and it opens over here. Get this back on, I hope. And then this, just old pieces of a map and some cute little papers to tuck in there. And then this is the last one, same thing. These I got at a thrift store. They were just old to and from little note cards, and so I just stuck them in there, and that's it. I did the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so just on this bottom part here hung a little danglies. I had these beads left over, and then there's just, I've had this big button, added these flowers, stuff that just kind of stands out. So I thought those are all kind of neat. And they're fun to make, but they take me quite a long time. The last thing that I've made is this. It's made out of 12 by 12 paper that I had. If I can open it. All of it's made out of my 12 by 12 paper. These are just those, oh, and of course my brain's not working, so anyways, made with those with tape over them, and I made this a monthly bill calendar. So there's January, February, all through December, and I made all these little pockets from 12 by 12 paper. Really kind of neat. This is definitely a thicker craft paper, so it should last a while, but for my first one I didn't think that was too bad. I wouldn't mind making some more if I knew I could sell them. Here's what the end looks like and all around it, so that's kind of neat. And my last thing, this is what I'm working on right now. It's getting kind of thick, so I might have to take some things out. I'm not sure. I just have a key hanging on the side with a little lace that I cut out of a big doily-like thing. Strawberries, of course. It's kind of not perfect, that's for sure, but it's my biggest, thickest one I've ever made. So I've just kind of made it. I had strawberry paper and material, so I just I'm gonna go strawberry. It's not finished, so I thought I'd just do a quick little, where I'm kind of at. Some, strawberries and some pink paper goes good, and more little. This is a tuck spot. This is a tuck spot. That's an envelope with a couple little things in it. Same there. A tuck spot. I made this little envelope with some little things in it, and this is a little punch thing I have, which is really cool. I like that. This is another one of those little envelopes. I just stuck some writing paper in there. Thought that looked just kind of cute, stuck in there. It's just little bits all over. Like I said, I'm not done. A couple things I do want to show you. Not so sure about some of these. Just another tuck spot. Not done with that. I do like this. I recently got the grommet and the little tools. I've been wanting one. So this was my first thing I've really done with it. I'm kind of liking it. So, hopefully that will work out for some other things. I did use it on something else, and oh, I'd have to find it. It's laying over there. Anyway, this is an envelope you can open up. I tucked a couple little things in there. That's just glued on. I'm trying to get to something back here. I know that I want to show. Oh, this, I made this. I just punched it and sewed around a little tuck spot and glued it in there with some little note paper. This is what I was trying to get to. This is just a piece of junk mail I got in an envelope, and it had this already. So I just inked it up and sealed it up right and put a little tuck spot papers on there and put some paper in there to write on, and I stuck it in here, and it's stuck to this paper right here. Well, not stuck to it, but paper clipped. So I thought that was looking pretty nice. But other than that, I think that's about it. I don't have too much more done. That's the back of it. So I just thought I would get more acquainted. Hopefully you guys can like my videos. Maybe subscribe, you know. I would very much appreciate that, and I really appreciate you watching. I do have the bottom here, little things hanging out here and there, which I like. Let me grab my other little tiny notebook that I was working on. Be right back. It's just right here. All right, here I am. This is just a piece of felt that I had. I actually was doing some jewelry stuff, so I used it so it wouldn't roll around. Just did the little pamphlet stitch, and I messed up something here, so I just put something over it. This is where I used my grommet tool again, so I do like that. And I just tucked some grid paper in here, you know, a couple things tucked in. It was just something for practice for me, so it's definitely not sellable because it's, you know, got some spots, a couple spots on it, but you know, it's mine. So anyway, just thought I'd come back on pretty quick, you know, and just get acquainted. My name is Karen. I love watching all the crafting shows as much as I can. That's where I've learned to do everything, and then once I start going, I just kind of, you gotta go out on your own and you just do what comes to you, and I enjoy it. Again, I appreciate you watching, and hopefully you will come back. Thank you.